I was called to do a poll for all the teachers that I know, and there's a lot of them. I know everybody's apprehensive with the start of the school year, parents and teachers and kids, but I think, and this is just me personally, we all have to be really forgiving with teachers because they have a huge amount of work ahead of them this year, more than usual. They usually have a lot of work ahead of them, but this year's going to be especially rough, and we kind of need to open our hearts and be a little bit more forgiving, and just be kind. We need to be kind to everybody, but especially with the start of the school year, we should be kind to the teachers in our lives. So this is to see the energy surrounding them for the start of the school year, just to kind of give them a heads up on what may be around, and just see what the cards tell us, if there's any information we need to know. So I'm gonna start pulling. Starting off, we have the horse spirit, and the cat spirit. The taglines for both of them is freedom is yours and claim your independence. So let's see how this fits in with the rest of the spread. I know that doesn't really feel like it seems right, because you're like, well, I'm just being dictated to, and how is this going to be a year of freedom and independence? If anything, I feel like I have more work bogged down. This is a year where things aren't always what they seem. The Chariot shows that things are moving fast. Like, this is a lot of very big energy moving fast. Five of Wands is a lot of conflict. You're feeling that right now. Two of Wands, you feel like you're in the middle of, you feel like you're waiting for the conflict to come your way. You're just waiting for it to happen. You're looking out the window. You're almost gazing longingly, like, I wish it was something else. This is not what I planned for. But the Six of Swords is help. Help is coming. You always have help to help bring you where you need to be. So even though you're in all this conflict, there's no reason to think that it's all bad. Yeah, you feel on the defensive. Nine of Wands. Like you're sitting up with your lion on top of a hill. Lying in wait with your sword. You're just ready to, like, almost cut a bitch. like with your words, communication, like. The good thing is, for a lot of you, there are people that are there that will do that for you, so you don't need to. The Knight of Swords. They're ready to communicate on your behalf. I don't know if that's, speaking of conflict, two chihuahuas fighting. And the Wheel of Fortune, things are going to turn in your favor. Yeah, so you don't have to necessarily feel as though it's still a lot of defensive energy, but you don't need to be stuck in this defensive energy. It's not, there's help around you that you don't even know necessarily. You feel all alone, but you're not. You're stuck, like you're between two worlds. Like you're like, where am I going to be? Am I going to be at school? Am I going to be at home? Am I going to be teaching virtually? Am I going to be teaching normally? That's going to be a lot. But there's no place like home. I don't know how long you're going to be in a classroom. Yeah, these cards just want to know that you've been giving out a lot of energy and that you're going to receive blessings and that you'll be happy, happy. Yeah. I know it doesn't seem that way. And it's hard because everything is so up in the air. And that's the energy I've been getting from a lot of readings, not just this reading. Everything is like chaotic and unknown. What role are you going to take? Another Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing. Things are going to change. This is from the Housewives deck. Five of Swords. Things are getting cut out. Yeah, the Tower usually means things that are loose and jiggly. They'll crash down. So it's chaotic energy. But something magical will happen. Six of Wands. Let's see. Yeah, it's still a mystery. The people around you that are more of the decision makers, they don't know what they're doing. Everything. They're playing everything by ear. But you need to approach this year with gentleness. It's gentleness, and keep in mind the kids' feelings, because they're really scared. And maybe that's where the freedom's going to come in, is that you maybe won't have to be so caught up in curriculum as much as you think you will. And maybe it'll be more about teaching life lessons to kids who really need to know and learn by your example of. Seems like you guys will play a different role, because kids won't voice when, and you know this as well as I do, a lot of times when they see their parents worrying, they're not gonna voice their own worries. They don't want to add to it. So you'll be able to be a calming source of strength for them. You'll be able to be that calming source of stability, even if it's just via computer. You'll be able to do that. And even though this doesn't feel like it, this is from my Archangel's deck, and this is probably what I'll end it with right now. All is well. Everything's happening the way it's supposed to. I know it's hard, and I have a lot of empathy, especially for everyone that has to do multiple different kinds of lesson plans and has double, triple the amount of work that you have to do. And even still, everything's up in the air, and we're really close, and it should be an exciting time where you're getting school supplies, and you're probably even worrying about your own kids on top of, you know, the normal getting your classroom ready type stuff. But there isn't a lot of doom and gloom. There's a lot of worrying and there's a lot of anxiety, but there's not a lot of necessarily catastrophe that I see here. There's a lot of chaotic energy, like anxious and like frenetic, fiery energy. But I think that your role really this year is to be is to have to take a deep breath and be the calm. And if that's where a little bit of the freedom comes in, because for so many years school has been so regimented about taking tests and doing this and the curriculum, that maybe that's where some of the freedom will come in, is that you can kind of step back from that and, you know, explore real life things with kids and look at things a little bit differently, and it won't be as bad as you feel right now. And that's where the wheel of fortune turns. You feel really bad and really anxious right now, but once you get into it, it might not be so bad.